One of our clients writes to us, "Hello, I am from the United States and I have some questions about spousal sponsorship. My fiance and I are wanting to get married and then to do spousal sponsorship. I have a few questions about this and I was wondering if you could answer. How long does it take and how long does she have to sponsor me for? Can I live with her while she's sponsoring me? And what all does she have to have in order to sponsor me?" So to answer the first question, how long does the process take and how long does she have to sponsor me for? The processing times of a spousal sponsorship vary from inland and overseas. An inland spousal sponsorship, meaning that the applicant resides inside Canada, can take up to 2 years' time. An overseas spousal sponsorship is usually much less than the inland in terms of processing time, but depends on the visa office responsible for the applicant's country of residence or citizenship. So for example, an applicant who is from the Philippines would have their application processed in Manila, which has a processing time of, let's say, 18 months. The next question, can I live with her while she's sponsoring me? This is possible if you're already in Canada or are able to submit an application while you're inside Canada, thus qualifying you for the inland spousal sponsorship, meaning that you're able to remain in Canada until a decision is made. However, keep in mind that if you make this commitment to an inland spousal sponsorship, you are required to remain in Canada until a decision is made on the matter. You also do not have the right of appeal if it is refused and must subsequently exit. Finally, how long does she have to sponsor me for? When it comes to spousal sponsorship, the undertaking is 3 years, meaning that from the time that the applicant becomes a permanent resident, the sponsor is financially responsible for them for 3 years. Meaning that if the applicant goes on social services or incurs other debt to the government, the sponsor is financially responsible to repay this money back. Lastly, what does she need to sponsor me? Well, when it comes to spousal sponsorship, the main thing is obviously a marriage certificate. Besides that, there are identity documents, proof of status documents. If there are any dependent and children involved, you'll need their identity documents as well. Proof of any previous relationships, if applicable. Your financial capabilities. There's a number of different things you'll need to demonstrate their spousal sponsorship, but the rule of thumb is always the genuineness. You want to convince an officer that the applicant and the sponsor exist in a bona fide and genuine loving relationship and is not a relationship purely for the purposes of immigration, which is a marriage of convenience and therefore misrepresentation and is instant refusal. I hope that's answered your question. Thanks very much.